Going on? Jason Cutter here, Cutter Consulting Group. Hey, so we're doing another video. This is video number 7 in my 30 days of video challenge, but I'm also covering authentic persuasion topics. And so let's go to the random content idea word theme generator right now, and let's see what it's going to do. So let's take a look. Let's go here. List has been loaded. Hit the random generator. Let's see what happens. So be curious is the one that pops up. So how does being curious fit into a sales career? Well, if you listen to any or all of my podcast episodes from season 2 of the Sales Experience podcast, small plug there, go ahead and make sure to listen to that, subscribe if you haven't. But one of the things in all of the conversations I had with other sales leaders, the things that came up were the type of attributes that it takes for someone to be successful in sales. And one of the interesting ones that came up a lot that was frequent, like the number one frequent thing was about being curious, about always being curious. If you want to be successful in sales, then really it's about having that curiosity and always trying to understand other things. Now, for me and the way that I grew up, I wasn't really curious about people. I wasn't really into people. If you know my background at all, I wasn't really raised in kind of a sales household. I was also a late bloomer and awkward child. So I really wasn't into people for the longest time. However, I was curious about a lot of different things, science, math, how things worked. I was really good at taking things apart, not really good at putting anything back together, but I was good at taking things apart. And so I was always curious. And in fact, when I went to college, it was for marine biology because I was just curious from a science standpoint and learning what I could. And then I've done a transition there where applying that to people. As I've gotten older and understanding and wanting to know more about people, I'm curious about people, the world, life, just anything and everything that I can. The successful people I've seen in sales and business and life in general. I mean, again, everything in life is sales, and a lot of these things are the same that you could use in other ways. Is that curiosity is so huge for those people who are successful. Now, successful is defined in different ways. Some of it's just happiness. Some of it is doing what you love. Some of it is impacting other people. Whatever success looks like, there is some curiosity in it, in what you're doing, what you're looking at, and then also curiosity in others or other ways to do things. Successful salespeople are curious about what their company does, what their product or service does, how it impacts other people, and then curious about their prospects, their world, sometimes curious about competition. And so if you are struggling in sales, do a mental, check-in, check with your self-awareness and see if you are actually curious. When I interact with salespeople who are struggling, a lot of times it's because they're just not curious. They just don't care. And not the empathy and the caring part that I talked about in the other videos, but more of they're just not curious. They don't want to learn anything. They don't want to discover. When they talk to somebody, they're not curious about what makes them tick or something about them that they can then help or solve. So hopefully you're focusing on curious. If you're watching this, if you're online, if you're trying to find videos or ways to be better in sales or in your conversations or life, hopefully this is already a part of it because your curiosity is what got you here. But make sure, kind of like a plant that you want to grow into an amazing tree full of fruit, plant those curiosity seeds all the time. Always be curious, always be excited. Do what you can to take your mental focus, your visual focus, everything in life, and just see the world as things that you can discover and learn, not just to solve them in various ways, but just to learn about and understand, and then start connecting all those pieces together. All right. So that's it for today. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.